Welcome back to OtakuDaiKun. I'm Dai-chan Alter, and I've been busy getting down on, or off perhaps, to the latest hit game, Stellar Blade. Leave it to the studio behind Nikke Goddess of Victory to leave me absolutely stunned. Eve is a bombshell protagonist with an ideal body. She looks good wearing anything, but to go the extra mile, Shift Up designed a whopping 39 costumes to dress her in, without any sort of paid DLC. An action game like this has no need for so much fashion, but we don't need things in order to adore them. The right cosmetics can turn an otherwise mundane game into something truly special. In this case, it simply elevates Stellar Blade to a god-tier gaming experience. On the topic of tiers, let's piss off some wokies, put on our cursed male gaze, and rate how hot these costumes are. We'll use a scale from 1 to 5 stars. There are certain costumes only available in a new Game Plus, but aside from one of them, they're all just color edits of the existing batch. I'm sure those palette swaps are nice, but I'm mostly hoping to hold you guys over until the other Dais finish a Stellar Blade waifu files. It should go without saying that I'm judging the uncensored designs. The updated version can go fuck right off. Your opinions are likely to differ from mine, so be sure to play along by giving your ratings in the comments. Shall we begin? Eve's default costume is the planet diving suit for her 7th Airborne Squad. It's mainly a shiny bodysuit adorned with belts. It covers all but her arms, leaving little to the imagination regarding her figure. I don't know if plug suits really need a tie, but it's cute. I feel like the detached belts around her sleeves and the heft of her fingerless gloves give her a nice, dynamic silhouette. More than anything, though, I'm drawn to the slick streaks of light bouncing off her every curve. As a baseline, I'll be rating this 3 stars. It reminds me of Zero Suit Samus, just with more accessories. I said I wouldn't cover the new Game Plus palette swaps, but this second variant can be found in your first playthrough. It's the same outfit, but I don't think the colors are as appealing. By comparison, I'll be giving it only 2 stars. Mind you, all the outfits in this game are phenomenal, so I'm mainly trying to separate them into different tiers. Compared to a lesser game, these would probably all qualify as 5 stars. While I can appreciate the sentiment behind it, I can't say that the fluffy bear really rubs me where it counts. If I recall, you earned this outfit by helping a man at Zion recover the memory data from his dead daughter. It was hidden in a teddy bear, and he tried to find it by collecting every bear he could. That's sweet, but this Kigurumi, less so. Forgive me for what I'm about to say, but this bear doesn't even have tits. Practically anyone who's the same height could wear this and its appeal wouldn't change. From a graphics standpoint, it does look super fluffy, but that won't save it from getting a 1 star. The Sky Ace nanosuit is also bittersweet. It's what Kaya's sister used to wear, or rather, what she was wearing when you found her corpse in the desert. I like how it has that long belt strap, just like Kaya's outfit. It's kinda hot how this coat is just long enough to serve as a dress, yet it's not too bulky. Thanks to that belt, it fans out just like a short skirt. The cyber stockings pair nicely. Does it stack to the game's other costumes, though? Not especially. I give it 2 stars. The 3rd Airborne Squad has its own diving suit. It's mostly the same as the 7th, but swaps that smooth shine for a more ribbed texture. Normally, they add that kind of thing for pleasure, but in this case, I actually prefer the default. Seems a bit of a waste to put a jacket on top of a bodysuit. In back, it forgoes the default's draping wings for a strap that looks like a leopard's tail or something. Overall, I'd give it the same as Sky Ace, 2 stars. That said, you can get this same outfit without the flight jacket. I feel that improves it just enough to hop up to a 3-star rating. That side boob is on full display here. I still prefer the 7th suit, but they can both rest on the same shelf. Going back a generation, the 2nd Airborne Squad's planet diving suit reminds me of the anime Gantz. Eve looks like she's ready to hop on a motorcycle. I know exospines are a critical part of the gameplay, but seeing those spinal details on her back is unsettling. I'll have to give this one 2 stars. While we're at it, let's cover all the other bodysuits. The 6th Airborne Squad has a rather unique diving suit. This one has a tie that's even more reminiscent of a sailor uniform. It has this lovely silk texture that's hard to believe isn't actually real. Same goes for those transparent shoulders. It's like Eve's wearing a clear poncho. If you look closely enough, you can see the skin dentation of her navel, which turns me on. Amazing how all it takes is one shadow in the center and a highlight at the bottom. I'm a huge fan of the color red, so this suit is going right up there with the 7th at 3 stars. The keyhole suit, or keyhole dress as it was called before the update, is a love letter to hexagons. It seems chaotic to me. There's a zipper running down the front, but a laced-up gap on the sides. There's a convenient window for Eve's chest to stick out, which is funny, since the zipper continues up to her neck. Her pencil skirt is winning me over. It really is more of a dress. Yet again, I'll give it 3 stars. I can't be as optimistic about the Orca Engineer, though. Underneath, it's got the makings of a bunny girl outfit, but that's ruined by this big, poofy coat. It's bland from the front and downright ugly from the back. Those studs may as well be warts. Not even that ass can save it from 1 star, because we get that in spades with better outfits. After beating the game, you unlock the Raven suit, which is obviously what Raven wore throughout the game. At first glance, it looks like just another bodysuit, but you might notice that it also makes Eve's chest much larger. Those bosoms were succulent either way, but it's interesting to see. I'm honestly conflicted here. I love the colors and exposed cleavage, but I miss how shiny Eve's default suit is. There's also that weird U-shaped strap by her thighs, and that big cable looping behind her ass. I'm just not into it. I would have preferred something that drapes more. To that end, I'm gonna give this 3 stars as well. It goes without saying that a video like this has to include the skin suit that made everyone on Twitter lose their shit. The idea is that, because it's flesh tone, it's close to seeing Eve in the nude. Sadly, I just can't agree. The tone and texture are off, lending it in the uncanny valley. All of the patterns and lines that would look cool on an ordinary plug suit are disruptive here. The only reason I'd choose to wear this is to make the game more difficult on hard mode, as it turns off your shield. Its saving grace is that if you squint under the right lighting, you can kinda sorta make out the shape of her nips. For that, I'll give it 2 stars. But Dai, I hear you asking, where are the 4 and 5 stars? Well, now that we're clear of most of the bodysuits, let's feast on some of the more interesting outfits. This here's the punk top, which single-handedly drove me to maxing Lily's affection on a first playthrough. That's because you can only find this on Eidos 9 towards the end of the game. I would have loved to get this sooner, as it's mind-blowingly sexy. I'm sure you guys know how much I love midriff, and that tight tank top also gives us some delicious cleavage. Revealing streetwear is what I'm all about, and this offers it in spades. I do wish the pants were a bit tighter around her ass, and I appreciate the color-swapped version a bit more. However, my heart, among other things, knows what it wants, and I'm giving this the full 5 stars. Black Rose is another outfit you can't get till later on. Unfortunately, it takes more inspiration from Ruby than it does the Black Rose from .hack. That would have been an instant 5. Still, this one's super cute. It's like a gothic version of Violet Evergarden. I just wish it was a bit more form-fitting around the waist, like the Sky Ace. The big, poofy skirt feels like a cold shower. Thanks to that, I'll give it just 2 stars. Motivation, on the other hand, is super sexy. This idol-inspired getup clashes with Eve's stoic personality, but I couldn't care less about that. I'm all about that pleated skirt and navel window. Not my preferred color setup, though. I'll have to get the other one on my second playthrough. The bow could stand to be smaller, and that hexagon loincloth in the center is distracting. Overall, though, I give this 4 stars. Probably the best outfit for her when she's doing backflips. In contrast to the punk top, Photogenic has more of a cosmopolitan appeal. Tight black pants with a jacket that opens up at the top, similar to Tamamo no Mae's kimono. That's mega hot. It scrunches up in the back, preventing it from covering up her cheeks. I said I didn't like the exospines before, but this one looks like a butterfly, which is adorable. It's not my favorite outfit, but it's totally worth 4 stars. Daily mascot is also a treat. I'm a sucker for off-the-shoulder shirts. The asymmetry is dynamic, and that scarf draping from the other side helps keep it balanced. This outfit makes her ass look huge in a good way, and that's emphasized by her garter belt stockings. I'm curious what it says on the back. Can anyone read it for me? Either way, I'll give this 4 stars as well. Daily Force is an interesting outfit. I won't deny that it's very cute. Gotta love that denim skirt in Zettai Ryoiki, but maybe I'm just not the type for sweaters. In this case anyway, it doesn't look as impressive or realistic as her other fabrics. Not bad, but not outstanding either. How about 3 stars? Daily Biker is classy as fuck. The description says it's wild, but for me it's too clean for that. It's more like biker meets businesswoman. Strong, cool, and confident are appropriate descriptors, though. It's just that there aren't any dynamic elements to complement her insane action moves. Still, I'm willing to give this 3 stars. A lot of outfits so far have toyed with that sailor uniform aesthetic, but this one goes all in on it. While the top is killer, I don't think the tight denim pants pair well with it. I'd much prefer the tried-and-true pleated skirt. Deconstructed, this is practically her default outfit, but without the sci-fi shiny bits. For that, it gets 2 stars. Daily denim is also mundane in terms of shape. The vest is a nice touch, but it's offset by the ridiculous line of buttons running down the center of her pants all the way up to below her chest. Her detached sleeves, which I normally love, don't seem to fit with the matte nature of her other fabric. Again, 2 stars. The Molton Peony is the closest we get to a traditional Chinese cheongsam. It's like Chun-Li's outfit, but with a shorter cloth running down the front and back. There's absolutely nothing original here, but I tend to believe you shouldn't fix what isn't broken. To that extent, it's only natural such an outfit would be here, and for representing that aesthetic, Molton Peony does a great job. I give it 3 stars. Now we're getting into spicy territory. Cybernetic bondage is one of the outfits censored in this game's Day 1 patch. It's hard to notice, but that exposed part of her underboob is actually covered in the censored version. In terms of style, this reminds me of a wrestling outfit, as if Eve joined Rumble Roses. Personally, I would have liked this better if there were no fabric running down the center at all. That way, it could emulate Velvet's outfit from Tales of Berseria. Still, I appreciate how bold it is, riding steep up the cleft of her pelvis. It goes above the fold where her thighs meet her hips. That easily earns this outfit 4 stars. Racer's high is a strange one, but I certainly don't hate it. I like how her checkerboard top fits almost like a shawl. The chains coming from the center and wafting to the sides are also nice. What I'm not a huge fan of is the crisscross over her navel. It just gets in the way. I'd say its appeal is just a step above most of the bodysuits. By that, I mean it fits with the other 3 stars. By far, the most controversial outfit in Stellar Blade is the Holiday Rabbit, a basic one-piece with a bunny hood and poofy tail. That poof ball is insane when you see it in motion. In its censored version, they put a triangular sheet of fabric in to cover that cleavage. It's a shame, since no other outfit gives quite the same view. Oh, and the V trim along her waist was expanded, which is pathetic. It's definitely worth trying out the uncensored game at least once, so you can bring the camera down below and see just how close that fabric gets to X-rated territory. What was that lyric? So close you can almost taste it? Well, I give it 4 stars. The last of our censored outfits is the Blue Monsoon, though it can be hard to tell exactly what got censored. The changes are much more subtle here. Regardless, this is the game's standard bikini. The extra straps can be a bit much, but if you think of them like thong straps, that actually makes it hotter. I give it 5 stars. It's the perfect outfit to wear when trying to complete your compendium of fish. Speaking of fish, the prize you get for catching them all is a hell of a lot better than some trophy or gym badges. The Ocean Maid is exactly as titled, a maid-themed swimsuit. Again, I would have preferred they not cross-hatch the midsection, but the shading is detailed enough that you can peek between the laces. The top of the swimsuit reminds me of Tifa's new bikini from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh, and I just noticed, but that coat of arms just above her pubic mound is hyper lewd. 4 stars from me. We've got to thank Clyde for hanging on to it for so long. It was destiny. The Orca Exploration suit is a million times better than the Engineer outfit. It features this super pretty translucent fabric that shines and shimmers with a variety of colors. There's a clever usage of windows showing Eve's bare skin without seeming excessive or dysfunctional. Of all the one-piece style suits, this has got to be my favorite, enough to earn 4 stars. But alas, my Achilles heel rears its head once more with the Wasteland Adventurer. Some may call this a rather unexciting outfit, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I actually don't need clothes to be super risque. Just a nice crop top will more than entice me. Her jacket really looks like leather, too. I'm truly at a loss for words, but hopefully I've said enough to justify the 4 stars I give it. The same shape, but without the crop top, can be seen with red passion. Sure enough, that red shirt is very enticing, with a ton of detail going into its wrinkles and folds. Her pants don't stand out much, but that's probably the point. It fits her very well, so I'll give it 3 stars. Sporty yellow is what you get when Eve tries to audition for the next Kill Bill movie. To give credit where it's due, that's more a Bruce Lee reference, but this also looks remarkably like what Lucy in Cyberpunk wears when she's out jogging. Regardless, it's got me feeling pretty dry down there. I'll give it no more than 2 stars. Junk Mechanic is a bizarre name, as this outfit is more like a ninja uniform. The skirt is hot, but beneath it, she looks like she's wearing boxers. Perhaps too much is missing from one side. My biggest gripe is how high Eve wears this skirt. My nightmares of Nilo from Genshin Impact have returned. I so desperately want to jump into my TV and yank that skirt down just an inch or 2 more. As it is now, it's like her navel is drowning at the water's surface. Giving this 3 stars is actually pretty generous. The black full dress, in my opinion, is an improved version of the black rose we rated earlier. It's practically the same thing, but tighter on her body. You can't go wrong with something that a punk rocker might wear. The decals and lace designs are also hella intricate. I feel like giving this 4 stars. I'm not so impressed by the daily knitted dress though. It's not bad, but again, I'm just no sweater girl. Shape-wise, there's a lot to love, as this oversized sweater has a mini skirt. The exospine in back is creepy though. For some reason, it makes me think of when people stitch laces into their own skin. Yikes! I'm giving it 2 stars. Not entirely sure why, but the cybernetic dress also feels like ninja attire. I picture Momiji from Ninja Gaiden, even though she wears more of an Asian uniform. This is one case where I don't like the asymmetry. It's mostly how her entire arm is covered, without any gaps or splits in the fabric. For that, I'll settle for 2 stars. La Vie in Rose is just a color edit of the black rose. Between the two, I prefer the darker colors, so I'm not losing any sleep over giving it 2 stars. Again, they should have kept it tighter around the waist and back. Cyber Magician is just Eve dressed to work a night at the casino. She's perfect for the Vegas Strip, assuming Naytiba haven't already destroyed it. Who am I kidding? Of course they have. This outfit is classy and professional, aside from the small poofy bunny tail from before. My favorite part is how her upper chest is exposed in the same way as Artoria's dress. I'd say she's here to rip me off, but all of these outfits are free to unlock in-game. Beyond the shadow of a doubt, my favorite outfit in Stellar Blade is the Black Wave. It uses black and red, my favorite colors, reveals a ton of midriff, a pinch of underboob with the right camera angle, a frilled bottom that looks like a mini tutu, and the ultimate stockings to highlight Eve's thighs. Can't say I care for the pirate logo, but it certainly doesn't ruin anything. This lighting doesn't show it well, but if you look closely enough, you'll see her bottom has a heart-shaped opening, right where a womb tattoo would be. 5 stars for sure. It just makes me so happy. Now, our last outfit is the one you receive for collecting all of the game's cans. The Black Pearl might as well be lingerie, given all the lace and mesh it has. It's amazingly elegant and intimate, which is appropriate for all the effort it takes to unlock. I can see why someone would adore this outfit, but I'm all about 2 pieces, not 1. Even so, it's a glorious reward for our efforts, and it deserves at least 3 stars from me. Before you all light up your torches, bear in mind that these are just my preferences. I'm certainly not trying to shame any kinks, it's just that there are different strokes for different folks. Thus, I implore you to list your own favorite outfits in the comments below. See you next time, sweetie.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoy this channel, help us grow by liking, commenting, sharing the video, subscribing to OtakuDaiKun, and
most of all, smashing that notification bell so you don't miss out on all our anime lore, discussions, and Let's Play content.
You can support us directly through Patreon, Subscribestar, or a YouTube membership, all of which come with benefits like spicy exclusive vids and early access.
As always, celebrate your fandom. I want to give a special shout out to all my $10 and up supporters: Video Gamer 75, Dante Pendragon, Lunar Works, Stephen Elak, Samuel Gersten, The Nonchalant Ostrich, Otaku Mom, Jens Ballman, Mystic Samurai 1983, Lord Ormagoden, Free Brick, Alexis Yukio Gomez Yamato, Link Pendrago, Observer Bellis, James Hewitt, Uncanny EXP, Zamas Autonomous, Yuki Eidos, Scout, Crow Kalem, Sal Soto, Tristan Riggin, Major, Meifu Mado, Caitlin P, Sogai CH, Vladimirovna, The Taz 96, Jonathan Padua, Kengo X77, Hersha of E-Rated Hands, Alester Bernadotte, and Akakaze Yume. Thank you all so much.